Hi, my name is Ali Ariano, and last time I presented on Chapter 3, which was individual behaviors in an organization. And so for my research paper, I stayed along the lines of that and actually entitled it Employee Effectiveness in Organizational Communication. And this research paper, just like all of yours, is based off of our literature review. And in my literature review, I went ahead and looked at articles looking at the effectiveness of employees and the organizational engagement of those employees and whether or not they had any kind of relation or parallelism to them. I will begin with defining what employee engagement is according to Kahn, and then from there, I'll look at and speak on the literature review that I conducted, and then have some suggestions and conclusion to all of the research that was done in my research paper. So we'll begin with Kahn's employee engagement definition, which is the harnessing of an organizational member's selves to their work roles. The cognitive aspect of employee engagement has to do with the employee's beliefs about the organization, specifically the leaders and the working condition. Although the discussion has ensued on employee effectiveness through engagement, actually little literature from doing my research has actually been found on employee effectiveness through engagement and how that can be influenced by management. So with discussion on employee engagement through management, there's quite a bit of confusion in the last couple years of the definition of engagement surrounding employee effectiveness. There's still obviously significant research that's been done that actually links employee effectiveness with employee engagement, even with the confusion. So employee effectiveness has been discussed throughout the years, and like I said, there is not necessarily one consistent definition across the board, but I know Kahn's given us a lot to go off of to be able to conduct research. The literature that I surveyed examines peer-reviewed journal articles and textbooks and some other published resources that actually relate to employee effectiveness through engagement. This review indicates that there are actually more employees who are disengaged or not engaged than there are engaged employees that perhaps indicate also their effectiveness in the organization. But despite these statistics, many organizations believe that engagement is a main source of competitive advancement for effectiveness. Results from organizations and corporate results have shown that there's actually a strong link again between engagement, performance, and business outcomes. There's a couple key motivating factors of employee engagement for effectiveness, and that was included with communication, opportunities for these employees, effectiveness, and then just being able to feed their opinions and views to upper management and thinking that their managers are committed to them as employees. While there have been driving factors of engagement for effectiveness that have been identified, it's clear that there's not one set way to improve employee engagement. So the literature review and the research done will add value to the existing literature that I found. Like I said, Kahn defines engagement as the harnessing of organizational members' selves, their work roles. So that's really where the research begins and ends, is looking at how members are in their work roles. Results from the research of these organizations have shown that there, again, is a strong link between engagement, performance, and business outcomes. Engagement is seen to be closely linked to feelings and perceptions of being valued and involved. This in turn produces a kind of optional effort that leads to enhanced performance. This evidence implies that management should obviously share control and give ability to employees so that they can influence important decisions, and employees feel like they have the ability to share those things. If management does not, however, they're obviously risking their workforce engagement. Obviously, with this research that's been conducted, there's some more variables that obviously need to be taken into consideration when measuring engagement. Future research should probably include a wider range of predictors that are associated with specific types of employee engagement. It should focus on different roles, jobs, organizations, and groups. Obviously, with the research done, it was a kind of set organization, and so employee engagement should be seen in different spheres of organizations in the business world, and other realms besides business, which was a lot of the research was focused on for-profit businesses. So this literature review, kind of to tie it up, has showed that employee engagement has been brought forward in many different ways. Again, there's no single definition that has been agreed on. Research has shown that engagement defined is a multifaceted construct. The existence of various definitions and constructs make the state of knowledge around employee engagement difficult to determine. Each piece of research is undertaken under a different protocol, using different measures of engagement under different circumstances, making it difficult to conceptualize a single definition. But, however, regardless of the country or context where the research was undertaken, the highest members of employees, again, were not found engaged. That's the category they ended up falling in. So perhaps not surprising to you, but many people do not enjoy going to work and gain little meaning to what they are doing for a living. There has been argument that employee engagement is only meaningful if there is more genuine share of responsibility between management and employees over more issues. And so with the research, I've concluded that there, again, is a close link to feelings and perceptions around being valued and involved as an employee, and that generates a kind of discretionary effort that leads to enhanced performance. This evidence shows that we as managers and people in leadership and management roles need to share control and allow their employees to influence important decisions. And again, if they do not, they risk having a workforce which is not and cannot be engaged. Thank you for listening.